Citizens of the Reject Nation, we'll take you away to a Hocus Pocus 2 reaction and review today. But first, I am joined by the very wonderful and excellent Sally LaMonaco. Salamander Sally, say what's up.
What's up, Reject Nation?
Excellent. How are you doing today? Are you excited?
I am feeling magical.
As am I. We both grew up on this movie. I think we both have a fair amount of anticipation, but also trepidation. It's always a prospect coming back to something, especially so many years later, but I am excited.
Yes, the movie is so nostalgic, so I hope there's an element of nostalgia within.
Oh, they're absolutely, that's the modern currency is nostalgia. But guys, before we hop in, leave a like on the video, leave a comment about what you thought of the movie once it's done. Also, don't forget to subscribe, click that notification bell, and go over and visit Sally's channel as well. We will have the proper link in the description box in the pinned comment now. Search Sally LaMonaco on the YouTube, and if you want to join us for the full-length reaction watch-along, see the entire experience with us, that can be found over at our Patreon page, patreon.com/TheRealRejects. Last but not least, thank you to the team at Prepper for cutting these highlights down, saving us all that time and energy, and doing a killer job in the process. Much love to them, and hey, without further ado, let's light that black flame candle.
Let's put a spell on you. Oh, the tone changed.
This is my new favorite Disney bumper.
They need to keep this.
Out of my way! No!
No? Well, that was enough for me today.
Some ADR today.
Surprise! I discovered a sow doll grind pig's hooves and mix it with water. It creates mysterious goo. Then Mary had the wonderful idea to mix a drop of goat's blood. And look, it's jiggleth.
Satanic jello.
I've been told I'm getting old and I must marry.
Same.
Oh,
Same.
No.
Reverend Trask arranged it. Said it was his duty since father died. Did Slee say no? Of course. Then I took the Lord's name in vain. Twice.
Good God.
We searched for the largest one we could find.
Spiders.
Oh, man.
What shall we name it? 'Tis the Reverend. Hide. Act as if we're not here.
You gotta fix that lid on there tighter.
Open the door!
We're not here!
I will mercifully give thee one more chance. Oh, and agree to marry John Pritchett.
He's cute. Why wouldn't he?
Allow me a moment to reconsider.
Yes, of course.
Yes. No.
Oh, praise God.
I refuse to marry that lout. If I shall marry anyone, it will be Billy Butcherson.
There's Billy!
My man.
Because we are soulmates.
Since when?
Since we shared that kiss in the graveyard.
Oh.
Blasphemy.
I banish thee from Salem! Forever.
Buster Bluth, no.
The kind Smiths have agreed to take thy sisters and turn them right.
Ugh.
No! No! Unhand me now!
Thou must have faith.
That's a pretty gnarly spider.
Yeah.
Satan's pet!
Entomologists
Satan's
out there.
pet.
Satan's pet. Yeah, probably.
Forbidden wood! What is forbidden? So they will not follow! Go!
With thy 8 legs of sin!
8 legs of sin.
That's what I'm gonna say next time I see a spider.
Yeah, same. Unless he's Spider-Man.
Then
it's 2 legs
two
of
legs
sin.
of sin. Yeah.
I do not like this place. We should form a calming circle
Yes. The calming circle. Oh!
Why didst thou come into my woods?
I had no choice. They were gonna take my sisters.
Thou art different from the other children I have eaten.
Okay.
I mean...
I wish to be special that way.
This is a very sacred space for witches.
No wonder I like the woods so much.
Right.
One day, Salem will belong to us.
Us?
Oh.
There's the book.
Book. I like that she's got it on her dress too, the eye.
Happy 16th birthday, child.
But I'm a witch. I know things. Go on.
Ew, that looks way more realistic now.
Yeah.
Magicai Maxima, the power spell. Ooh, let's do this one.
It is most frowned upon. Doomed is the witch that uses this spell. Promise thou shalt never do it.
Why?
Uh-oh.
Because
A little
I
Eve.
said so.
Adam and Eve.
Besides.
Why?
Book does not like it.
So we gotta do that spell.
The world is not too fond of witches. Can't imagine why.
It's because thou eateth children?
How else does one stay young and ridiculously beautiful?
Adrenochrome.
I ponder this all day. Nice cameo from Hannah Waddingham of Ted Lasso fame.
Malika Mystica. Bring my wrath. May fire rise!
Dang.
Wake up! Now they shall never take us! Now we'll be together forever!
Satan's work, Eric! Through the water! Oh, this is the work of the spider!
Jeez.
It's all around us! It's evil! It's evil!
Always had that witchy gleam in her eye.
Mm-hmm. Does that say skeleton high school or skeleton?
Skeleton, but
Oh.
yeah. But it,
Oh,
you know it's intentional.
Yeah.
Birthday ritual, scary movie marathon, same as every year.
Hey, babe. Sorry I'm late. I decided to have 2 breakfasts. Gotta come check out Ryan's car. We covered the entire thing in tinfoil.
Why?
Because it's funny.
My man's is a hobbit in another life.
Would hate to see his feet then.
Yeah.
If she wanted to hang out with us on my birthday, she'd probably have hung out with us one other time in the last 4 months. I know, but still, it's our tradition.
Tension in the Coven, man.
About tonight, I was...
Dude, it's gonna be awesome.
What is?
Our
Who
party
says that?
at Cassie's.
Uh-oh.
Your dad would never let you do that.
It was my idea.
I told you I wanted to talk to them about it first.
Oh, do you guys want to talk now? The 3 of you used to do witch stuff every Halloween.
It's not witch stuff.
And what's that?
A good luck charm in case there's a pop quiz.
Well, I hope not, because I didn't do the reading.
Same.
Yep.
Halloween, I've prepared the scariest class possible. A pop quiz.
Trick.
Mr. Wilkie's a jerk. Of course he'd give us a pop quiz on Halloween. I made an inference.
Is that a spell?
This guy is the MVP.
Satan!
What did you do?
These are all food ingredients.
Right? And garbanzo.
Garbanzo, cacao, spirulina.
Did sound like you said Satan.
I said seitan. I was literally listing vegan food.
See? She admits it.
That's enough. Mike, Becca, principal's office, now.
Burn her!
Bet you didn't predict that.
Mr. Trash, how's it going?
How are you? Someone's got a birthday.
Are you heading to your secret circle?
We actually don't call it the Sacred Circle anymore.
Oh.
Felt a little bit dramatic.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Oh my gosh. Remember when Cassie would bring like 10 flashlights with us?
So you want to come to the secret circle, Dad.
Oh my God.
Oh, listen, are you one of the magic shop?
Yeah.
Can you pass out some of these campaign flyers for me? I would really appreciate it.
Sure, yeah.
I'm going to see you at the festival tonight. Look at this. Am I going to see you here? Yeah? Okay, it's going to be a good one.
I want to go.
I know.
Sandy's Candy Cauldron. What?
I love him.
And listen, you have to have one of her caramel apples. It'll change your life. Promise me?
I need one.
He really is the nicest man alive. I know. It's kind of sad he doesn't realize Cassie kicked us to the curb.
Yeah, but he did just get you guys to do free labor for his campaigns.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Sanderson Sisters were the most powerful coven that ever lived.
That's right.
Book of Spells.
You really don't want people opening that book, huh?
That's not to keep people from getting in. No, it's to keep the book from getting out.
True that. It got a Hannibal Lecter mask on it.
That if a virgin should light the black flame candle on All Hallows Eve, the Sanderson sisters vowed they would one day return to take revenge on all of Salem.
What's a virgin?
Person who has never lit a candle.
Sure.
The black flame candle burned to the wick.
But if the candle is melted, then no one can light it, and they can't come back, right?
You are right, unless there is another candle.
Oh, no.
Legend has it, it's on the 16th birthday that a witch gets her powers.
And like most legends, I'm assuming that's based in some sort of patriarchal fear of female aging.
Woke.
All right. I was waiting for it.
Just the thing for a young mystic.
A penis candle.
Yeah, a little bit.
What are these?
Angelica leaves. You burn them to lift curses. You should take some. For you never know when you may be cursed on Halloween.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, what are you planning over here?
Okay.
Another year begins anew, maiden, mother, and crone too. We call on thee with one request, help our intentions manifest.
Ooh.
You won't go out.
What did y'all think was gonna happen?
Yeah. Don't freak at the first sign of a real magical occurrence.
Almost started a forest fire.
Oh, that though, yeah.
What the?
Uh-oh.
Why is everything so quiet?
I don't know.
Oh, here it goes.
You done did it now.
Sisters?
Oh my God.
Nope.
That looked like a pitchfork.
Absolutely. The devil's on brand.
What's going on? I don't know.
Oh, cool.
Lightning, right? Yeah, it's lightning, it's lightning.
Oh, that would have freaked me out as a kid.
Yes! That was cool. Like, I like that.
There's literally a spider crawling on my monitor right now. I'm not even kidding you.
You're part of the movie
I'm
now.
not even kidding you.
The spell worked. You're cursed.
What do we do? I don't know, but I literally can't stop watching them.
You're being glamored.
If we intend to live past sunrise, we have to brew the life potion and steal their souls.
Here we go.
Winnie, gotta get to Winnie.
We're not teenagers. No, we only look young, but really we're 40. You don't even have to brew the potions anymore. You could just buy them.
Buy them.
Yup, just like potions, except better because the souls are already mixed in.
No more luring children to their demise?
No, they're already demised.
Sister Sarah. Oh, they brought back the bark.
Yes.
Here we are.
Tis powerful indeed. Look, observe, sisters. It glows from within.
Jeez.
It's not too much.
We're a breath. And it is enormous.
Yes, we're right behind you. Just look for anything that says youth.
Youth. Made of real baby's face.
Oh.
Delicious. Floral with a woodsy finish.
Tinkling, my favorite feeling. That means it's working.
Look, 'tis the face of a child.
We should get some salt. Why? So we taste better when they eat us? No, because it protects against dark magic. At least that's what Gilbert says to get people to buy it. Gilbert? Really?
Are you the Sanderson Sisters?
Gilbert's gonna come in handy, guys.
We're obsessed with those looks.
Can we take a photo?
It's a drawing.
So good.
So good.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh, Winnie.
Oh, Jesus.
Potions work. It's just bad lighting.
Every kind of salt.
I didn't know what to grab. I just grabbed everything.
Ah, there they are. Say hello to Satan for me.
Ooh.
We must fly. On what? Just like my old one.
Well, what about us? There's only one.
Bats and beetles, find something, anything. We must fly.
Swiffer.
Classic.
You're misbehaving.
What? Oh my God, Roomba's.
Roombas.
That's actually pretty cool.
Because it's still in line with like a broom or a
It's
mop.
still yeah, it
the
still cleans your floors.
In the trailer, I thought it was a hoverboard, and I was like, "Oh God!" But Roombas does oddly charm me.
It does, and they look cool.
Yeah.
Don't make me come over there with this broom.
I feel like the bubbles. I feel like we should have like a callback counter or like a drinking
So
game.
far, there's been like 10.
Yeah, there's been a bunch.
We have to get the book out of here. The witches will be here any second. Ah! The book is alive.
He woke up?
Hey, buddy.
Don't open it, you dumb.
It's so incredible. I can't believe this.
What an idiot.
There's your beacon.
I am so sorry I had to trick you, but I mean, I couldn't light the candle myself. It wouldn't have worked.
Well, why not? Oh.
Because I've lit a candle before.
They were ahead of their time, and they were misunderstood. They had the whole world was against them. But now, look, everybody loves them. Look at all this stuff.
Oh my God.
My book. Oh, my darling, they hurt you. Did he break anything? Oh, my. Throw them in the dungeon. My pleasure.
A dungeon?
Ow.
None shall see or hear thee shout. Heed my words. There's no way out.
Oh. Damn.
1993. Not a great year for me. Bunch of bullies stole all my candy.
Jay and Ice.
It happens, you know.
I saw you.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
'Tis the Reverend. He's alive?
Who is this man?
That's the mayor.
Well, I told you we should have the entire family when we had the chance. We tried, but we were too young and too weak. The Magic Eye Maxima. The power spell.
Uh-oh.
You can't do that.
Never ever do that spell. That was 300 years ago. That promise has expired.
Nah, she gonna show back up.
Must be done in a sacred place. Oh, sacred place. We are not allowed in those.
The Forbidden Wood.
That's our spot. It's sacred?
What else do we need? The head of a lover. Ooh, yeah, that'd be a bummer because all of our lovers are gone.
Nah, you can get Billy back.
Mm-hmm.
My old lover, Billy Butcherson.
Okay, sure. But, you know, Billy was my lover.
Oh, Sarah, you were just a playing. Let's see what else.
Ouch.
Thou have the Sanderson hourglass.
I don't think I do.
No problem at all. If you don't have it, we'll just have to kill thee.
Oh, you said hourglass with an H. Yes, no, that I do have, actually. Yeah, I think I misheard you.
Mm-hmm.
Get it together, Gilbert.
Yeah, pick a side, man.
You shall gather all the ingredients and bring them to the Forbidden Wood. And if you fail, you forfeit your life with the last grain of this sand.
Yeah.
Be sure to come to me when I call.
Oh no. The replica books.
Angelica leaves.
Hey.
They lift curses. Hey, if candles can bring back the dead, why can't potpourri bring back the stairs?
I mean, that's a good point.
That's not 6 feet under.
He never was.
Billy's ready.
Who are you? I simply wish to know why you were digging up my grave.
And I simply wish to know why you're alive.
Well, because I was woken up and never put back to sleep. Well, I've been awake since... how long ago was 1993?
Oh, jeez. Poor guy.
They're back. Again.
Nope.
He's like, nah, I'm out.
I got my head knocked off enough times last time.
Don't you want to pay her back for poisoning you and sewing your mouth?
I don't trust this man.
Yeah.
Sarah, come.
I like to give the Roombas little, like, warbly chatter noises.
Yeah.
Like they're little creatures.
Little droids.
Yeah.
Lift the curse and let us out. Lift the curse and let us out. Lift the curse and let us out. Lift.
Oh.
Oh, I always thought Gilbert was lying about this stuff.
We need to get Mr. Trask somewhere safe.
Hey, Mr. Trask, it's Becca.
Oh, hey, Becca.
Sorry to do this, but Cassie's throwing a party.
Oh, fun. Where?
At your house.
What?
With boys.
Oh, no.
No, let him get his candy apple. It looks so real. Sweating.
That's a cool touch. But all I can think of is the Jordan Peele, just like pouring.
What is wrong with this wall? I'm slipping! No! We need to get to Cassie's before the witches do.
Magic salt.
Sanderson Sisters costume contest. Looking good, fellas. Very authentic.
Thank you.
Is that Dan Finnerty?
We're about to win whatever this is.
And put your hands together for...
Oh, look, surprise.
The Sandersons! Better look next time.
What a witch.
Good aim. What a witch.
What a witch.
We could give them a spell. Put them under a spell. Rewitch them.
Yeah. Do the dance macabre.
Let's do it. I'm ready. What?
Or another. Damn, they got a whole thing going off screen.
He's the mayor. Can't he just skip the line?
He could, but what kind of mayor would he be?
Crazy witches are trying to kill your dad! Cassie! Well, after he grounded me for the rest of my life because you ratted me out, he went back to the festival to get his apple.
I love this character.
Are they? We'll explain, but inside now! Oh my god.
Get the Coven back together.
Whenever you die. Go, 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 go! What's happening?
Woohoo!
Trash must be in here someplace. Spread out.
He's serious! He's serious.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, God.
There is a small woman trapped in that box. Oh, yes.
I still don't understand. Is there something else I can do for you?
Same. He got it.
What? Happy Halloween after all.
Oh, I wish I knew the steps. Hey! Wow! Hey, I got tons of steps, man.
What am I doing
I got
here?
tons of routines. Are we done? The choreo's out?
Aww.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Who's got my apple? Whoa! Hey, Sandy, no, no! Oh, come on, no, no! Ah!
This poor man.
You need the juice of an Aurelia berry for your spell, right? This is all the Aurelia juice in Salem. Let me out of here alive, or I will pour it out.
It is unattractive to hold a clutch.
I do.
Now, give me that Aurelia.
Now!
Trap him.
Pandemonium.
You're trapped.
Impossible.
That's a fun trick.
She cursed you! You are not trying to kill them, you are helping them! You liar!
The spider.
What?
I need your head! It has to be you! You were her lover!
We shared one kiss!
Let me explain.
No.
This guy, I swear. Don't hurt Billy.
Stop! Unhand me!
I don't
Just
like
stand there, get him!
God damn it. You are not very great, Gilbert.
No, Gilbert.
Gilbert the jerk.
Why would we want to hang out with people that just make fun of us?
I don't make fun of you guys.
Yeah, you call us witches and say that we're weird.
Yeah, because you hang out in magic stores and always carry around colorful rocks. And I think it's weird, but I don't make fun of you guys.
Do you hear yourself? Pointing out people's differences and saying that they're weird is making fun of them.
Thought I was just making conversation.
Oh, buddy.
I've got so many people to apologize to.
Oh, no.
Who are these women?
Thy worst nightmare. If only we weren't trapped.
What? Seriously, what's going on?
You know what I got in the dark? This pathetic thing. This. Look at this. I don't even know if there's an apple in there. No, this is probably a caramel-covered matzo ball for all I know, but...
He's had a day.
He's had a day and a half.
Why didn't they explain to him what was going on?
I know. I mean, I guess they tried, but they could have tried harder.
Looky, my roomies, they hate mess. Do you see this? Come to mama.
Those things must be overloaded by now.
I'll tell my mom we're sleeping over at Cassie's. She'll be so happy. She misses you.
Aw, Susan.
Susan? She can't take pictures of cookies. No!
What?
I don't know. No, we gotta get Cassie.
You got the touch, Becca.
You're not gonna try that? If I saw that, I would be like, ugh, go lightning.
Aw.
Oh, poor Billy. It's just like, listen, I'm just trying to exist.
Head of a lover, witch's butter, Aurelia berry juice, and a petrified spider, I guess.
Oh, they're still gonna kill you.
How did I kill them first?
It won't go out until the sun rises, you dolt.
Well, there's no need for name calling.
You deserve it.
Yeah, man. This is all your fault.
Hello, Billy.
Hello, you withering hag.
Well, if thou hast nothing nice to say.
Oh.
No, come on. No. Ah! Coming in clutch.
For thou art now rendered redundant.
Should we? No.
What did they just... They just...
He'll be fine.
I call upon this sacred land.
Itchitacapita melica mystica.
Raise the power in my hand.
Itchitacapita melica mystica.
North, the east, the south, the west.
This guy cannot catch a break.
I know. He just wants to sleep.
Billy's like, just kill me, man.
Becca.
Oh, the special.
You're a witch. Doesn't make any sense. None of what's happened tonight makes any sense.
I mean, fair enough, yeah.
Edward is a witch?
I knew she smelled awful.
Meh.
Found me in my other place and some Megatroid. Ow! Stop it!
Kill him, Winnie! Kill him!
Hey.
I am suddenly powerful.
Uh-oh.
Stop that! Stop dancing around, you fool! Get them! Get them!
Oh.
I beg your pardon?
I am a good and loyal sister, and I expect to be seen as such!
Get it.
Yep.
She's a good and loyal sister. Shut up and get going!
Of course, Winnie, with pleasure.
You don't want to do the spell. You have a choice.
And what choice would that be?
I'm talking to the book.
She's like, excuse me, what?
Look, this is,
No.
I mean, not in front of her. Come
But
on.
didn't Satan give the book to
No!
Yeah.
No!
But hey, maybe he's tired. Maybe he's tired of kowtowing to the Sandersons.
Yeah. It's like
Satan-
every 300 years, he's just like, nah.
Yeah, Satan doesn't gotta tell me what to do.
Is there anything that we can do? Magicae Maxima. No, I'm not like Winifred. I don't want to be all powerful. I just want to stop that. Oh.
That's why you should do it.
What is valued most dearly, thou shalt have to trade.
Billy. Roombas.
Power is meant to be shared.
You cannot hide from our power.
Power is meant to be shared.
Come on.
Cassie, come on!
This is my spell. They are mere parasites, leeches enjoying the spoils. I remain. I sacrifice my love tonight. And in return, I ask of thee, Magicae Maxima.
Whoa.
The flame is out!
out, and yet we are still here.
Oh.
What?
We shall never die. And all Salem shall perish.
No.
Oh no.
The power spell? It takes what you value most.
Silence!
Winnie.
Not no witch.
Sisters.
No, nothing but a silly child.
You knew this was coming, Pete.
The wind is stealing my fingers. Oh, Winnie, please. Please don't forget us. Oh, and I know I was a favorite. Fare thee well, my sisters. Yes, and Winnie, sorrow is such sweet parting.
Oh.
My doing has been my undoing. I think it is my heart. I fear it is breaking. Oh, I cannot bear this.
Oh.
It's like a Grinch moment.
Yeah.
Please, wilt thou help me?
Wait, you're willing to give up your powers?
My powers are nothing without my sisters.
Aw.
Lost and gone and out of sight. It's a Capita Malika Mystica. We cast the spell to reunite.
Capita Malika Mystica.
The spell doesn't bring them back. It sends you to them.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Sisters!
Book.
The book is crying.
It's okay, book.
Where's Billy? Is Billy okay?
Yeah, his head get blown off somewhere.
Yeah.
Stop, Sanderson Sisters! Don't worry, we're here to help.
Over here, you directionless skeleton sack.
Oh, hey.
He got his mouth open.
His stitches are all gone.
You're Billy Butcherson, Winifred's boyfriend. Oh,
Actually, no. Actually, no.
But that's exactly what you
Nope.
Nope.
They kissed. They kissed once.
I guess I should check on Cobweb. Seen a lot more action than he's ever seen in his life. I'm sure he's scared poofless.
Nah, Cobweb's got this.
Wait, sorry, are we not going to talk about what just happened tonight? Because I feel like I missed a lot. Or, you know, it's just a regular old Halloween. Oh, yeah. Do you think Susan left those cookies out?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, I got that walk.
That's that walk from Walter. What did they do? Oh, my God, yes.
Oh. Coming to recruit him.
Yeah.
Or something. Oh.
Did we get another musical number?
Yes, ma'am. It is Doug Jones again. Good.
Oh, yay.
Nice. I figured, like, his facial structure shines through, but you never know.
Lunch!
Not bad.
Anne Fletcher. I need to look up what other movies she's done.
Get that IMDb going.
It's not often you see a woman director.
It's true. They had a woman director, woman editor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She directed Step Up, 27 Dresses, The Proposal.
Okay.
Hot Pursuit, and then some TV episodes. Interesting.
Yeah, got a bit of a film log going. I mean, this is a cool legacy project to take on. I guess we should hang tight just in case there's something.
Just in
after
case
credits.
there's post-credit scenes.
I feel like, I don't know. I mean, you know, they've been kind
There
of
could be.
They've been sent off into oblivion, and yet I still feel like there could be a gotcha of some
There
kind.
could be. Because she is very powerful.
True that.
I'm going to eat a Starburst while we wait.
Do it. Is it one of the pink ones? Everybody likes the pink ones the best.
I ate a pink one before we filmed. This one is Fruit Punch.
Also a choice flave.
That's good. Yeah.
glad
Watching a Halloween movie made me want to eat candy.
Absolutely. No, you were more prepared than I was.
Come on, John.
This is a pumpkin coffee, so
you got the pumpkin coffee. I'm jealous. I want
that's
that.
right. That's right. I was a little bit prepared. It's adult Halloween candy.
True. I didn't kill the spider. It's still just chilling on my desktop. I think it watched it with me.
Like
I don't know. It's just a little baby spider, and it kept like going up and down, like on my computer and my ring light.
Like my people are in this movie. I don't know. When that happens, I just try to be like, hey, I'm not gonna bother you. You don't bother me. We'll be cool. Don't make it scary stories to tell in the dark over here, but
No.
Live and let live, I say.
In the spirit of Halloween, I will not kill the spider.
This is very soothing credits.
It is. Well, I just saw COVID-19 testing coordinator. That's a credit now.
That's right. That's right. They probably had to deal with a fair amount of that, yeah.
Oh, we're at the music.
I do like that the musical score kept, for the most part, that kind of classic vibe.
Yeah,
Big
classic
orchestra.
villain.
Yeah.
But fun and fantasy filled.
Fanciful, macabre.
Yes.
Oh.
Here we are.
Is it the boy?
Binks.
Is it the Reverend's boy? No! Another
Why is there a second candle?
What are you playing at, cat?
And you're not even Binks, so I don't care.
Yeah. I'm actually glad that they let Binks just be.
Me too.
Yeah,
I would have been so pissed if they brought him back.
Yeah, it's like it makes sense that Billy might come back, but yeah, like Binks gets to.
Binks gets to rest in peace with his sister.
Yeah, Binks earned that. Oh my goodness. Well, hey, what did you think? What's your first impressions? Hocus Pocus 2, 2022.
That's
what you want to hear.
No, it's not. Okay, listen.
That's the way you want a review to start off.
Okay, okay. I want more. That's my general consensus after seeing this movie. It's good, but I want more.
That's a good way to put that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like, go further. Go
It's
deeper.
like an appetizer. Give me more. We waited 30 years.
Give me more
a
character
full course
beats.
meal.
Give me more character beats. Give me a little more of that horror, and then twist me around and surprise me with the feels at the end.
Yes, I still love the first one more.
Sure.
I think everyone will. Okay, they had a lot to live up to, right?
Yeah.
Big shoes to fill. I think the plot was fun. They kind of like filled in a lot of plot holes in my head in the beginning. I was like, wait, this doesn't make sense. And then they like explained it. So I was like, oh, okay. It was directed wonderfully.
I would agree.
It felt like a TV movie.
It does.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. I get what you mean. It's like I think they did have, some pretty solid production values in general, but yeah, it does feel more like the TV special follow-up and not necessarily.
Which I'm not mad about.
Yeah, in like the least insulting way you could say that.
I don't know how to say it. Yeah, I think too, like I was expecting a different finale.
Mm.
Like in the beginning when it started out, so I love the beginning, by the way. Like when they came back and how terrifying that was. Like it was such an epic reintroduction. Yeah. I wanted that same energy of like they weren't scary in this one. Like they had moments where it was like kind of filmed like a horror movie, and I wish it kind of would have kept that energy.
I agree.
I was afraid like the first one had so much heart to it. And you're rooting for the good guys, but then in this one I was like, how are they gonna bring that heart back? And they did with Winifred at the end being upset that she lost her sisters. So I'm like, okay, there's the heart, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting like that. Actually got me a little misty-eyed. I was
like, that was a cute moment, but it like humanized them.
And as a way to like actually ostensibly send them off and really close the
close it.
They sting you at the end. They could always come back. But yeah, if this was the end, that was actually felt kind of nice. Yeah, there's something the original movie has that's more classic in terms of storytelling, and also I think they I think this movie competes with itself a little bit between being just a story about what happens next with the Sandersons, and even the things they've thought of, like, okay, we're not going to do the same spell as last time. We're going to, go for the ultimate power, the ultimate spell, the spell that's forbidden. And, even the way they brought Billy back, we need his head because that's what Winnie thinks she loved. Like, there were a lot of things where I'm like,
Billy.
okay, cool. Like, I feel like you actually thought of how to grow this out of the previous one. And I think a time jump like this is actually kind of nice for this situation. But there is a certain amount that is also kind of occupied with a more modern sensibility. So it's like, okay, we got to be cutting around and we got to, throw in some hip jokes and then we'll throw in some classic references and then we'll expand on stuff. And so I think it just makes for, just like a slightly less succinct and graceful whole, but something that's still like really enjoyable and has the spirit of the season and of the country that you're in, Salem, Mass. So like that's a very unique place to be at Halloween time especially.
Yeah.
So like I think there's a lot they got right here. It's not like it's not necessarily like a slam dunk, but I think people would enjoy this generally, and I am certainly not let down, really. I feel like I came in with some managed expectations, but, optimism generally. And for the most part, I thought this was fun. Not, like, necessarily essential, but it had enough unique, interesting ideas. That's that thing. I come back to that. It's like in some ways, I'm like, this had the ingredients to be, like, the definitive, like, that's the sequel, hell yeah.
Yeah. No, I think they were very creative with the plot, and I was actually pleasantly surprised with it, with like the way that they described everything and how they could justify it being in modern day. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, oh, that's actually really clever.
I think that's it. It's like a lot of things feel like running gags more than
it felt like a show. It felt like a few episodes of a show, like the tone of it. And then seeing she directed a lot of shows, I was like, okay, yeah, like the beats of the comedy. And stuff like that.
It does have a sort of episodic quality.
That's how it felt. And then when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. Not knocking it. It was just different than like obviously movies in the 90s also have a very distinct, like, you can't like do those anymore because they've been overdone, if that makes sense. Like, there's like a lot of cliche things in that movie that I'm like, okay, yeah, you definitely can't do that now, but it's still a classic. So they did modernize it, and I get it.
It's of
the
its
book having
time,
a personality. That was the only part I was confused about, because in the first one, I don't think there's any indication that it can think.
It has like a degree of personality, but it doesn't read quite as like it's a sentient character with its own will, the same way it does here, where it's full on like, no, the book is resisting them. And I thought
did
that was
you like
a cool
that?
I did, yeah. I thought that was a cool development. I mean, the book has an eyeball in it that looks around.
So you think that it would? No.
Yeah.
I thought it made it kind of cute. Like in the first one, it's like, ew. And then in this one, I'm like, aw, like.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, like the whole thing where they go to the Walgreens and they're drinking all the beauty products and stuff like that. And they find the Roombas. Like those are callbacks, but that build on things. So they don't feel quite as like lurid to me. Like I feel like a lot of the callbacks, a good portion of them at least, are in character, which is nice. And then you have your other flashbacks where it's like, oh, that's a line they said, or that's a thing that we kind of a bell we have to ring.
Is it just me, or did you feel like they were trying to like set up a new show or something? Like with the girls, it felt more like that was their goal than to actually do like a solid Hocus Pocus sequel that maybe wasn't trying to set up something else.
Yeah, I wonder about that, because I mean, part of me, I feel like it ended in a way where with both sides of the story, I'm like, these could easily continue if they wanted to.
Like they could definitely do a spinoff of the girls. That's what it felt like to me. I don't know. I just wanted more at the end. Like they kept the beginning was so solid, especially with the flashback, and having, oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Was he like a reverend?
Yeah.
Having that character be the villain, and so at the end, I was expecting the mayor to have this big like moment with them or something, and it didn't happen.
There were some things that felt like they maybe got snipped out in editing or something for time. Because, like, especially the whole thing with the party at the house.
Yeah.
Felt like it wrapped up really fast, and then we, like, rejoin characters after that situation.
Right.
And it feels like a whole bunch of stuff happened with them off screen, or same with, to a different degree, what's his name?
Gilbert.
And Billy. Like, they, go off finding all the ingredients and stuff like that, and you kind of cut away from them for a long time, and then once they show back up again, you're like, oh, that's right, you guys are doing something. You guys are on a mission here. And so, yeah, there are these, and especially with the mayor, because once he goes back in the house after the whole garage thing, I feel like
that's kind of it. And then
that.
the, like, boyfriend character, he was hilarious, and like it would have been funny if also he would somehow stumbled at the ending and been like, what the like the powers, and it would have been funny. I don't know, the ending, yeah, maybe it was the ending seemed a little like maybe things were cut out or rushed or something.
This is one of those situations for me where I'm like, I really enjoyed watching this, and I think as a fan, I'm sitting here and I'm like, yeah, I'm none of my big red flags or big, warning lights went off about like, they're taking it in a direction I don't like. When it comes to sequels like this or sequels to anything. It's so hard. Yeah, it's super hard, and sometimes I feel like for me the metric becomes, is it a sequel or is it the sequel? Like sometimes you just know like, this is the perfect story, this is the perfect kind of take for updating or whatever, and I feel like where I'm sitting right now, I'm like, this is a sequel that gets close to being like the sequel at times.
It started off strong for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It started off strong for me, and then I was like, oh, sweet. Like they're gonna keep the same lore and everything like from the first movie, and like the backstory was fun and it was creepy. And then it just, I don't know what it was. It just didn't go there. For me, like, okay, a good example of like a really great sequel that was almost better than the first movie would be Pirates of the Caribbean, because they kept the same energy and they kept the same lore, and then they just added to it. This one, I feel like, had that in the beginning, and I was like, oh my god, yes, high hopes. And then I don't know.
It's weird, yeah. It's like I'm sitting here trying to figure it out because this is a slightly longer movie than Hocus Pocus.
It didn't feel longer at all to me. It felt shorter.
In a weird way, and that's maybe perhaps my gripe, is I feel like you look at Hocus Pocus and there's something that's, I don't begrudge them for the story they wanted to tell or the characters they wanted to focus on. I actually really like, as much as people whinge about wokeness now and female empowerment stories, I feel like telling a Hocus Pocus follow-up about a budding coven of young witches is a perfectly reasonable take and something that makes a lot of sense, but also, gives you the opportunity to tell a different story. However, the original movie has such a classic blend of things. It's like you got kids moving to a new town. I got to take my kid's sister out and I don't want to, and I'm trying to fit in. I'm trying to be cool. There's a love story. And then you have the Sanderson Sisters on top of all that, and
I get what you mean. The Hocus Pocus 1 movie, it focused more on the actual family and of characters, and like you really get invested with like the brother and sister and like his crush, and and they have a beautiful character arc at the end. Like it really gets you. With this one, I felt like I didn't know the friends that well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wanted to know them. They're the main girls, are like the main characters of this movie, but I feel like I didn't know their lives that well, so I didn't care. Oh, that sounds mean.
No, I get you. It's like you don't like attach to them the same way.
Yeah.
What they were given, I thought they did nicely with, to the point where I just kind of accepted them as characters and enjoyed their journey, and too, for again like a story of friendship and empowerment and sort of learning to rise to an occasion and come of age and embrace a newfound gift or ability. Like I thought they naturally made that work in a way that didn't feel like, oh, it's 2022 and that's the story we tell right now. Like it made a lot of sense. And for a movie that it has always been, at the center has mostly female characters anyway, like I think that makes a lot of sense.
That's true. Gilbert, no offense, awful character. Like you're not rooting for him at all.
I think that I'm
the actor did a great job.
I enjoy him. I think he's funny, but also,
No,
yeah,
he's funny.
Gilbert is in a bit of a different movie, I feel like. Like, there's a weird...
The tone didn't match for me, but he...
Yeah, him and again,
him and Billy.
I like him, and I liked him and Billy together, and I liked Tony Hale especially as the mayor. But there is an interesting... The Sanderson sisters have a cartoony, almost Three Stooges quality about them. There is cartoonishness within this world. But I feel like this movie, this follow-up, didn't always... I feel like the original one, like the cartooniness was pretty appropriate and pretty well placed, whereas there were times...
it stood out because it was just the girls and everyone else was a little more grounded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you would have the occasional... Yeah. And then you would have occasionally, like, the kids would come up with some kind of clever way to trick them or whatever.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, everybody kind of lives on Earth in, heightened 90s fashion. But yeah, here it's like there are certain moments that do, and I think that contributes to its feeling like a TV movie or like a family TV movie, is you do get more broad, like, here's a wacky moment with the mayor, here's a wacky moment with Gilbert. And like, like, both of those actors are fun and I enjoy watching them. But for the consistency of tone, I wasn't like annoyed or anything by it, but it does do a lot of, like, we're doing a bunch of nods to all sorts of lines and moments you remember.
I love the nods to the original film, but I was like wondering where the uniqueness would come from it, and I guess the characters, like the girls. How do I put this? My mom, as a Christian woman, would have let me watch Hocus Pocus as a kid. She would not have let me watch this one as a kid, if that makes sense. In terms of message, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I was about to say, and especially, I don't know if, the rules are different when it's just a streaming movie, but I kept thinking to myself, like, oh, there's no way they can play this in China.
No, the message is definitely different in this movie than it was in the first. Like, as a kid, I was terrified of them in the first movie because they were bad. And in this movie, I feel like I wouldn't have been as scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because they do. It's in the characters again to be fish out of water and to get wacky, and the original movie picks and chooses to do that, and I love that too. And I think the three of
them. Walgreens bit was fun.
yeah, and I mean Bette Midler, Kathleen Najimy, and Sarah Jessica Parker. Like, I love watching them together. Still, I really like their comedic chemistry back and forth together. Like, their performances are on point, but there's also that, and I mean, I like it in the context, like we talked about, the ending where it's like, oh, like, what is something that actually matters to this character that's not going to feel trite? Her sisters are gone. That makes sense. But yeah,
that was done beautifully, by the way. Even though I think I wanted a bigger ending, I think that one was still shot, directed, and acted beautifully, because it did get me. It got me. You know what I mean? Like, the way she delivered those lines, I was like, oh my god.
And that was a cool way to end it off, because we've seen them outlast the dawn and
true, though.
Freeze up and explode and all that. And so I think
it was a unique ending,
as a way to do something different, and also as a way to solve the problem but without a big powers battle, I think is a really good touch, especially if you do want to have some kind of empowerment story going to. I think that's kind of a neat solution, and I'm also surprised that they embraced as much as they do. Like, I kind of got a kick out of, we live in a time and place where people are much more aware of metaphysics, and now there are witchy stores all around, and you can get crystals and herbs and whatever else, and it's a more mainstream thing. And I was kind of surprised that they were just like, yeah, that's what these girls are into, and by the end, one of them's gonna be a witch, and they're gonna have their own little coven, and we're cool with that. Because there'll be white witches instead of dark magic witches.
My little Christian self is like, oh no, the amount of girls that are gonna watch this movie and want to go do that stuff. I'm like, oh
man. And that, I mean, in a way, takes me back to that older time where I'm like, cool, And I think it's funny. Like, there are things in here, like they confront, it's like a virgin can only light the black flame candle.
That was funny. He's like, yeah, I can't light it.
Yeah, and I feel like that the original movie is probably the movie that taught me that word. But even then, like they have the little boy like ask like, "What's a virgin?" And like you know, when you're a kid watching it, I think a lot of those things go over your head. And when rewatching the original one, there are a lot of subtle things, especially like the way Billy acts toward Winifred the whole time. Like there's subtle things that are a bit more adult that come to the surface, and those are present at times here. They had Hocus Pocus playing on TV, which I didn't quite understand.
That threw me off. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, and I don't know
because if he saw them as a kid. So at first I remember thinking, did the first movie even happen? And it wasn't until that he explained that he saw them as a kid in the 90s. I was like, oh, okay. Because in my head, I thought they were going to like skip over that movie. And because in the beginning, it just seemed like that's the route that they were going. But then he did say that he saw them in the 90s. But then the TV thing, I have no idea what that was.
It reminded me, I don't know if you saw the recent Pinocchio, but they have, Geppetto has a wall of clocks.
Yes.
Cuckoo clocks, and they're all branded Disney property clocks. And it reminded me of like a way less obnoxious version of that, but where you're still like, wait, hold on. How does this work now? What does this make the rules of this? Like, is Hocus Pocus, is that now ostensibly like the film made about the events that happened in 1993?
Do you think they should have brought back the original trio at all, or no?
The original trio of kids?
Yeah.
I think it
I was thinking they were going to be like teachers or something. And like, that would have been cool.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I know Thora Birch doesn't do much acting now. I can't remember what her story is, if she got like blacklisted or what.
Because the brother was kind of like the lead, I guess. But
sure, yeah. I mean, I have a strong association with the three of them, and I'm a little surprised now. Part of me is like, I wonder if they maybe showed up as... They didn't seem to show up in any kind of like, here's a cameo that's clearly a cameo, you know? So like, if they are, maybe they're in the background someplace.
I'm just saying that would have been fun. It would have been fun for at least like one of them to have been like a character in this. It's like, wait, they're back. I don't know. But then maybe that would have been cliche. I don't know.
I wasn't thinking about it. Now that you've brought it up, it is sort of like an interesting... It's just as interesting to me that they didn't as it would have been if they did.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like,
I think either... Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's like it's not something that the movie is hurting for or anything. Because, yeah, I mean, part of the point is getting the Sandersons and Billy, I guess, and any black cat back. And I appreciate, yeah, again, that they left... I kept expecting it to be that... I
was like, please no, please no.
Yeah, don't bring, like, I think that's a good sign of like, yeah, they approached this with a reasonable amount of
I wouldn't be surprised
respect.
if they did do that and then like did a screening and took it out afterwards, like, because they had that black cat in it a lot.
Yeah. See, I feel like this movie had its heart in the right place enough that probably wouldn't. I don't feel like that was in the mix. I think like the tease is good enough, but yeah, I mean, you never know what could have been cut out. But yeah, overall, I mean, you know, especially after so much time, I got a kick out of this. It made me feel, you know, kind of warm inside, even if it didn't always like nail it. I still think it was like a pretty solid update. Like this could have been so much worse. And I'd be happy to kind of watch them back to back, and I'd be curious to know what the people this is more aimed for think of it, because I feel like there are a lot of callbacks for people who grew up on that movie, but it doesn't feel like it's quite aimed directly at those people.
No, it feels like it's putting things in there for us, but I feel like it's still definitely aimed towards like the teenage or preteen demographic for sure.
Yeah.
More like preteen, I think.
But like the production values, like the aesthetics and stuff like that, like the shop and the woods and the beautiful giant moon that's always looming over and the different costumes and stuff.
No, it was beautiful. And I think too, like the opening sequence with them when they were younger was solid. The actors were so good. Yeah, they played younger versions so well.
I was a little worried about that aspect just because I was like, you know, like going back to the origin isn't always necessary, and it's the thing Hollywood movies
and then
love
I was
to do.
like waiting, and I was realizing like it didn't really come back It kind of did in conversation of like, oh, we need the blood of the Reverend and whatever. But other than that, it really didn't.
But it does thematically. Like, I appreciated that. I liked it as the theme because it at least reflects the journey that then Becca and her friends will go on, you know, the coming of age, 16 years old,
it kind of
having your
mirrors,
powers unlocked.
When they were around 16-ish, I guess, in that flashback versus like, you know, the new girls now and then them. I did really like them doing the walk at the end. That was really great to tie it in.
There are a number of things they do to also make it a little more meta or self-aware, where they're like, who are they singing? Why are they singing? Who are they singing to? And other, you know, there are other ways in which they do that. And I thought that was, I feel like they could have done maybe more with that, because I feel like they were mostly doing that just to kind of answer just the general people's question. Like, I feel like in the original movie there is song perhaps a bit more gracefully blended in.
I was gonna say,
yeah, and so like on the one hand, I like that they come out, like I like that there are ample opportunities for them to sing and to do the, you know, harmonizing and all that stuff together. But also, yeah, that's another very sort of modern, very now thing of like, you know, who are they doing this for? Why are they? And I thought, you know, I appreciated them commenting on it. I could have used maybe like a better payoff to that. But these are like, all my gripes are just like little things.
It's little things.
There's like a fair amount of like little tweaks and things that I think could have been finessed. But yeah, I mean, all in all, especially after some of the sort of Disney reboot things we've seen lately, I think this is a pretty decent one overall. You know, the three of them are just terrific together. Like, that's a joy in and of itself, because I love a good witch story anyway. But I think you still get that Halloween vibe that I think is very special, because you know, not the Halloween movies for Halloween time are fewer and further between than, you know, the grand majority of horror movies.
Yeah.
And I definitely felt that. And even though you don't get a ton of character fleshing with the trio, because it's pretty much just their rift with their friend and them growing apart, and this thing with her boyfriend. And, you know, it's like the Mike character, or whatever his name was, the goofy football player. Like, I like that thread. And I thought it was a neat way to flip the bully story. But even in the original one, it's like, you know, Jay and Ice have, it's just that thing. It's like, it's a little more well-rounded. Here it feels like he's a funny side character who shows up every now and again and is funny, luckily.
That's why I thought he'd come in at the end at some point and tie it together, like with, you know, the other bullies in the first movie where they end up in the cages. That was funny. But
yeah. I think they didn't do a lot of tying of motifs or of characters. They didn't do a lot of tying around.
That's where I'm like, I think that's where the comment of, oh, it felt kind of rushed at the end a little bit came in. But I'm also thinking, if they shot this during a pandemic,
yeah, I mean,
that could have had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, and for a while now, we're going to be kind of handicapping movies that way. And I think that is, you know, that lens, that's part of the classic. It's like the original movie has these classic story beats, new kid in town, you know, young romance, blah, blah, blah. But it also has that classic nature of like, okay, everything that's brought up that's prominent gets, you know, touched on or paid off in some way. You know, like a spell. And so, yeah, I think that contributes
like
to
a
the
lotion
episodic
Sounds
feeling.
like a
I
potion.
know, like a serum.
Like a serum.
But yeah, no, I'm a happy camper though. Generally speaking, I'm a happy clam.
I was just happy to see them together again.
Yeah.
After what, 30 years?
Yeah, that did not disappoint. Like, after so much time, like the three of them together, and you know, like I can always take more of that.
I wanted more. I think that's why I'm sad, because I wanted more. It didn't feel that long to me, but I guess it was. Well, that's a good thing, though. Like, the pacing was very fast, so that's good.
I'd rather have it feel shorter than feel
Same.
like it's dragging on. Yeah. Because even if it's not always symmetrical, or it doesn't always, like, gracefully tie things together, chances are they move on to something that's amusing or endearing or fun in some way, or spooky. And yeah, like I'm not looking for a reinvention of the wheel. I like that they put those touches in like when they show up the first time and they are kind of in these strobing effects and they do have this scary sort of imposing quality. Like those flavors, you know, if you're talking to me as a cinema fan, I'm like, go further with that.
That's what I was saying in the beginning. I was like, I wanted them to go more with that horror aspect. That would have been sick. But but there is a third, right?
A third Hocus Pocus?
Yeah, that's kind of what they were implying.
We'll see how this does. Again, it could always, if this is a hit, you never know. I feel like nowadays they have to leave it open just in case.
I think there will be a third. I don't see why there wouldn't, unless people really don't like it. But
sign up, get your Disney Plus account and stream it 100 times to make sure they make it.
I want more.
And yeah, I mean, sitting here, I would happily, if they made a Hocus Pocus 3, part of me would be like, please don't mess this up.
Don't mess this up.
But as of now, I would be happy to return again.
Me too. They've set up a whole new group of characters. It'd be fun to see more.
Yeah.
Since I feel like they didn't get to go that deep with this one because there was a lot they had to pack in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, Gilbert. I hope you get. I hope you get a third movie, Gilbert.
Yeah, man. He's gonna be the lead next time.
I need to see some redemption, Gilbert.
Yeah.
What's eating Gilbert?
That's the last thread they need to pay off.
That's the third movie. Hocus Pocus 3. What's eating Gilbert?
Yeah. And I mean, those three, like, I would be curious to see where they might go in this world. I thought those three actresses did a nice job together, especially the two.
They had big shoes to fill, and they filled it.
Yeah, and without having to do the exact same thing the previous movie did, and even though it is
different,
and even though it is centered around, like, you know, these you know, this trio of friends who are having, you know, drama between them, and, you know, oh, there's a boy who's like tearing us apart, and all that, and you know, there is, I don't know,
and it's usually that the boy's an asshole and he's just stupid, and it's so funny.
Yeah, and I mean, he is, but in a more fun and
but in like
way.
a fun, like, oh, poor soul kind of way, not like the stereotypical, like, oh, we hate your boyfriend. I could definitely see them doing like a show with the girls. You know, I could just see it with the spell book and everything, and
I'd be curious to see how they would go. I think you always this universe begs that you have the, you know, classic over the top, you know, 17th century speaking witches, but even so, yeah.
And who knew that the book is the new Binks? You know?
I know, yeah. See, it's they have enough clever twists and enough clever ideas to make it stick. So and some
overall,
some good makeups too, some good music. Took me back.
Yeah, good for them.
Good
for you guys.
Well, alrighty. Thank you for joining me, Salamander Sally. This has been fun.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We'll have to get another one on the books soon. But for right now, folks out there in the Reject Nation, leave us your thoughts on Hocus Pocus 2. Was it everything you hoped it could be? Was it nothing you hoped it could be? Or was it kind of in the middle somewhere?
Also, the one thing they did leave out is that it's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus. Am I right?
They didn't say that, I don't think.
Say it! I was waiting for it.
It's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus 2.
That's what my pillow says.
Well, that's why they have to make. That's why they have to make part 3 then, so they can
just to say it. Come on, guys.
They got one more Easter egg reference to pay off.
They did every other callback, but that one.
Yeah,
so
all the checklist except for one. All the ingredients for the spell except for one. Yeah. Well, all right. Leave a like, comment, do whatever you guys are gonna do, and we will catch you next time. Much love. Cheers.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.